Welcome all to my channel Education by Haneet. Today we are going to do the question and answers of the chapter. This is Jody's Fawn. So let's start with Comprehension Check 1. What happened to Jody's father? If you remember, Jody's father was bitten by a rattlesnake. Okay. Then question 2. How did the doe save Penny's life? When Jody's father Penny was bitten by a rattlesnake, he quickly killed a doe and used its heart and liver to draw out the poison from it to save his life. Question 3. Why does Jody want to bring the fawn home? So the doe Jody had killed to extract poison to save his father's life had a fawn. Jody wondered that the fawn must be lost and hungry without his mother. Thus, Jody wanted to bring the fawn home to raise him as he felt responsible to take care of him. Question 4. How does Jody know that the fawn is a male? Now Jody was sure that the fawn was a male because the spots on the fawn were all in a line and his father had told him that a female deer or doe fawn has spots going in different directions. Okay, so he was able to distinguish between both of them. Now the comprehension check 2. And children, I have already answered these questions in my video, in my explanation video as well. Okay, but for your reference, I have given you printed answers. Now Question 1. Comprehension check 2. Jody didn't want Melville with him for two reasons. What were they? So the first reason was Jody became unwilling to be with Melville because of two reasons. He wondered if the fawn was dead or could not be found, then he did not want Melville to see his disappointment. Then the second one was if he found the fawn, the union would be so lovely and personal that he could not bring himself to share it with someone else. Okay. The next question, why was Melville afraid to leave Jody alone? Now, sorry, Jody was not so familiar with the forest route. So Melville was afraid to leave Jody alone as he felt the young boy might get lost in the woods or might even get bitten by a rattlesnake like Penny, like his father. Now the comprehension check 3. How did Jody bring the fawn back home? Jody carried the fawn for a while and then stood for a while to take rest as he kept the fawn on the ground. Now, because he was tired of carrying him, he remembered that his father had told him that a fawn would follow you if you have carried him first for a while or for some distance. Jody let it follow him, but as he wobbled, Jody kept picking him up and carrying it too. This is how they reached home. Question 2. Jody was filled with emotion after he found the fawn. Could you find at least three words or phrases which show how he felt? Answer. Jody's mind was filled with emotion when he saw the fawn. When he gently stroked the neck of the little deer, the touch made him delirious. When Jody realized that the fawn looked up to him, he was light-headed with his joy and wanted to fondle, run and romp with it. Finally, when he brought the little deer to his home, it seemed to Penny that the boy's eyes were as bright as the fawn's. Both were happy, okay? Question 3. How did the deer drink milk from the gourd? The deer was unwilling to drink the milk directly from the gourd because he was very small and he was not, familiar with that kind of thing. So Jody dipped his fingers in the milk and put them in its soft, wet mouth instantly, with the fawn sucked greedily because he was very hungry. He was hungry, which is why when Jody took his fingers out of his mouth, it cried and hit him with his head. The next time Jody put his fingers in the fawn's mouth, he gently lowered it so as to bring it near the utensil. The fawn became impatient, blew the milk as he sucked it, and made sounds. The fawn was calm till Jody kept his fingers inside the milk and he drank with eyes closed in satisfaction. The milk disappeared quickly, forming foam, which was marked by a bubbling sound. Question 4. Why didn't the fawn follow Jody up the steps as he had thought it would? The fawn hesitated and barked at the idea of climbing up the steps as he followed Jody. This is why Jody had to carry him up against his original idea, because he was very new to his place. Now, working with the text questions. Why did Penny Baxter allow Jody to go to find the fawn and raise it? Penny Baxter allowed Jody to go to find the fawn and raise it because he was feeling guilty about taking away its mother, whose organs were used to cure his snake bite. He agreed to Jody's interest in bringing the fawn home as he did not want the little deer, who was orphaned for no fault of its own, to die from starvation. Penny felt a sense of responsibility towards that fawn, when Jody requested him if they could raise the little deer. Question 2. What did Doc Wilson mean when he said nothing in the world ever comes quite free? Answer. Penny had killed the doe to save his own life. Therefore, he felt a moral responsibility to take care of that fawn, which may otherwise die out of starvation. He felt it would be ungrateful to leave the little deer all alone in the forest. Hence, when Jody asked to bring home the fawn, he readily agreed to it. Hearing this, Doc Wilson said to Jody's mother that both Jody and Penny were right in their decision. That is, nothing in the world comes quite free. Question 3. How did Jody look after the fawn after he accepted the responsibility for doing this? Jody took upon himself the responsibility of looking after the fawn. He carried it with utmost care and sensitivity to the house, even though he was light-hearted with joy. He saved it from all the twigs and bushes that came along the way. He gave it its share of milk and even made it drink while remaining patient, as the fawn refused to drink directly from the gourd. Then question 4. How does Jody's mother react when she hears that he is going to bring the fawn home? Why does she react in this way? Jody's Jody has told his mother while she poured coffee for everyone that his father has given him permission to bring the fawn home. On hearing this, she paused and held the coffee pot in the air and asked which fawn he is talking about. Jody informs her that he intends on bringing the fawn that belonged to the doe they killed to save his father's life. He further explained that they used doe's heart and liver to extract poison to save his father. She said that he can bring him home if he is ready to feed it with his share of milk because they had nothing else to feed it. So here we come to this end of the exercise. Thank you.